Hello, and welcome to the IGN ASMR channel with me, Rachel Weller. Settle in and listen to the soothing sounds of jets of water gently massaging dirt from the loving grasp of buildings and vehicles. Breathe in and breathe out. Not really, I'm just here to review PowerWash Simulator 2. The unexpected cult hit hooked weirdos like me back in 2022 with its relaxing, satisfying premise. Clean dirt off things. Has the sequel, PowerWash Simulator 2, changed the fundamental act of power washing? Has it given new meaning to slowly blasting graffiti off a wall? Will it make you question what it truly means to be filthy in 2025? No. And thank Mr. Clean for that, because it's the simplicity that makes the game so satisfying. What you do get is what fans like me, I've got over 400 hours logged in the original, really needed. Some quality of life upgrades and lots of new things to wash. I can see myself racking up another 400 hours on this instalment easily. That's probably one from my therapist. In case you missed out the first time, it really is as straightforward as it sounds. You're given a vehicle or a location to clean, a selection of power washers, and they all function basically the same way, just with varying degrees of power. Soap, and if a level is feeling saucy, some ladders. You choose your washer and your nozzle. Now look, on nozzles, everyone is different. We're size inclusive over here at IGN, but I do have preferences. Red is for the anally retentive, a tiny area of effect, but blast you across the room strong. I like a yellow for detail work. You're applying good pressure across a small area. Green is probably my favourite though. A solid, average, gets the job done size of spray that satisfies without overwhelming. Am I right, ladies? And white, well, that's for people with limited eyesight or who weren't loved enough by their mother. Whatever your nozzle preference, you're left to clean at your own pace, sluicing down sections in whatever way you please. One of the real beauties of PowerWash Simulator is that you can't F it up. As long as you're blasting water at dirt, eventually things will get clean. Even if you never upgraded anything, you'd still get there in the end. The big headline for the sequel is all the new cleaning jobs to work your way through, and they don't disappoint. There are vehicles like a mobility scooter or a car decorated like a dog. There are buildings like bandstands, public toilets and grand houses, and there are even new multi-stage jobs where you'll need to clean a particular part of the map to reveal a new area. There is a perfect balance of large buildings and complex structures for when I wanted to spend a solid hour spraying, alongside with smaller vehicles for quicker splashes of dopamine. Less exciting for purists like me is the addition of a home base you can decorate. You can clean the things you decorate it with. And some pet cats. I mean, everyone likes virtual pets, but unless I can tie mops to their feet, I have no interest in them when I'm busy jet washing a billboard. You'll understand the beautiful mundanity of this game when I tell you that one of the most exciting innovations is that soap is now free and multi-purpose. Not just a blow against capitalism, it actually removes one of the biggest annoyances about the first game. Soap had to be purchased, came in limited quantities, and a different soap was required for each surface. Now you just switch to the soap attachment and any surface on any job can be your own personal foam party as it breaks down tough stains. I've gone from a soap dodger to a detergent dilettante. Now, look, as it's just us here, let me be real for a moment. Could the people who made PowerWash Simulator 2 have made the soap a little less white and viscous? Yes they could. Why didn't they? That is between them and St. Peter at the gates of heaven, and may God have mercy on their souls. While you're cleaning, there are also new icons to help you track down things that still need polishing up, which again might sound like a minor addition, but as someone who spent hours of their life looking for a 1% speck of dirt on a huge restroom wall in the original, I am hugely grateful for it. The other new tricks in your cleaning kit similarly make things that were a bit of a fiddle or a grind easier without letting you skip the work. There's an abseiling rig for larger structures like billboards, a cherry picker lift so you're not balancing on ladders trying to get to hard-to-reach areas, and a spinning surface cleaner, you know, like the thing that school janitors mysteriously push around after hours. That makes polishing up large flat surfaces a little less daunting. There are even tiny tweaks you need to be a little bit weird to appreciate, like that the tall scaffolding set now has a ladder on the outside, so when you just want to go up to the top, you don't have to be like zigzagging up and down stairs. What's key is that the improvements aren't about speeding you through the jobs more quickly or letting you skip chunks, because the whole point of PowerWash Simulator 1 and 2 is the meditative flow state you achieve just working away at the grime and graffiti, back and forth, up and down, all with the gentle hiss of water accompanying your progress. It's underrated as an ASMR experience, although you will need to pee every 10 minutes. Just take extra care if you're dealing with prostate issues. If you've yet to discover the wonders of jet washing random buildings and vehicles, good news, there's no law you need to catch up on. There's a loose story that's delivered through text messages while you're working, but you could skip them all without a problem. They usually explain why you're cleaning, for instance, a street sweeper covered in huckleberry jelly, or will give you weird information about the area. There are some nice touches for devotees of the original though. A shooting gallery has miniature versions of a lot of the landmarks you cleaned in the first game, and sometimes the chatter in the text messages will reference something like the iconic merman statue, or the strange temple from the first game. It's nonsense, but it's nonsense I appreciated. So line up, ladies and gentlemen, and see the rare example of a sequel to a special game that knew just what to tweak and what to leave well enough alone. The soothing motions of cleaning, the silly sense of humour, and the feeling of satisfaction. There's absolutely enough here to justify slapping a big old 2 on the end of the title, but the key mechanic and the feeling of the first game lives on. PowerWash Simulator 2 smartly sticks to what made the original formula such a blast, while throwing in some upgrades to deal with a few of its pesky problems. So stay clean, kids! Thanks for watching, and for all the latest game reviews, check out IGN.